Palisades to 19th century outlaws, Garretson, South Dakota has an intriguing history, and every bit of that history is tucked inside a building on Main Avenue. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Jordan DeSmit tells us about a few of the captivating stories inside the Garretson Heritage Museum.
Bruce Brown moved to Garretson about 11 years ago. He's currently the town's mayor, but he also became the president of the Garretson Historical Society after taking an interest in the stories Garretson's Heritage Museum has to offer.
It's a fascinating museum. There's tons of history here, tons of really cool stuff.
One side of the building used to be a drugstore. The other half was the site of First National Bank, and it still houses the original vaults.
The bank used to close at noon, and the reason for that was they started getting robbed during noon when there was only one or two people in here. This was back in probably the 40s. But there's been a couple of notorious type robberies here, but nothing for decades.
You can also head downstairs and learn about Garretson's early agricultural history. Back upstairs, you'll find relics from the school, the Garretson Phone Company, which eventually became Alliance Communications, and even a train room.
And it was inspired by one of our board members who, and one of our former board members said, we really need to talk about the trains and the history of Garretson, because if it wouldn't have been for A.G. Garretson and the trains, this town probably wouldn't be here.
Back in the late 1880s, there wasn't a lot going on at the current site of Garretson. In fact, there was once a settlement at the Palisades.
Well, that was kind of interesting because there were two towns here, Sherman and Palisades. And the decision with the two railroads, the Northern Railroad and the Southern Railroad, is they wanted to connect together. And so they were trying to determine where a location would go through, and Sherman was probably pretty high on the list just because of the open area and the right-of-way. But there was a gentleman by the name of A.G. Garretson who had some friends in the railroad industry who thought maybe it should go through someplace else.
So A.G. Garretson offered free land to businesses that were willing to move to the present location of Garretson.
And that's how Garretson became to be. And then the railroad, of course, came right through Garretson, and the rest is pretty much history.
But perhaps the most intriguing Garretson lore you can learn about in the museum is the legend of Jesse James.
There's a lot of controversy about Devil's Gulch and Jesse James jumping it.
The story goes that Jesse James and his gang were on the run after a bank robbery in Northfield, Minnesota. They got separated, and James was alone when he came across Devil's Gulch near Garretson. Allegedly, he and his horse made the jump across the gulch.
Over the years, the gulch has gotten wider from rocks sloughing off, and people say no horse could jump that. But then there's also on the other side people who say, well, look at old pictures and see how much closer it was together. A good horse with a rider who was scared could probably jump it.
I like to say that's our story, and we're sticking to it.
Whether the legend is true or not, it's one of the things that helps the museum tell Garretson's intriguing story.
But it's one of the nicest museums you'll ever find in a small town. We've got a great group of volunteers who come in, do all kinds of things to make the place better.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Jordan DeSmit.